Hey guys, welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we will have messages that you need to hear right now, or what message does Spirit have for you currently. So take a look at these piles. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I thought that this full moon, or the energy around this full moon, might be good to make a reading for you guys. This truly has been a really transformative year so far, and even more things are yet to come. So I already peeked at these cards. I pulled 3 cards for each group that relate to the situation you're in. So we will pull more clarifiers after that, but for now we just have 3 cards in each group. I already peeked at your cards, and the subjects are kind of personal, so if you're easily triggered by something, I suggest you click off of this reading because maybe it's not what you want to hear. And anyway, these messages of course don't have to resonate with everybody, so just see if you're drawn and if you feel like listening. Okay, so by the way, don't be scared. It's nothing that serious. I'm just putting a warning out there because I know how people can be like whenever, you talk about something close to their heart, but these are kind of the messages that came out, so I just want to put that out there because I don't want to offend anyone or anything of that sort. So, okay. I will start then with the first pile, without further ado. So group number 1, if you chosen this pendant, let's see what we have for you. Okay, so before I start speaking, I would like to pull 2 clarifying cards just so they would give me kind of direction and some additional information or direction of this reading. Let's see, can I get another insight? Okay, we got 2. Okay. Interesting cards. So here we have the Tower in reverse and the King of Wands. So I will start with what I see in these first 3 cards. So what this is telling me is that lately you have been experiencing some degree of desensitization. I don't know quite how to say it, but like lack of empathy, or lack of that type of connection, like all love, light, and maybe you have been feeling a bit desensitized. And I don't know if that's something that is worrying you or something that is bothering you or just something that you're noticing or experiencing, but the point here is with the Sun card that this process currently is there to kind of give you some newfound consciousness and awareness in terms of your physical world, because it seems as though some areas of your physical world have been neglected in some way, and this the message basically here is this is nothing to worry about if you're experiencing it currently or in this period, or if you're noticing something about it and wondering if something's wrong with you. A process that is occurring is just so you would be able to focus more on the, I wouldn't even say facts, but like what like the necessary steps you need to take in your physical reality in order to improve something or move into a good direction. Because interestingly enough, this Tower in reverse came in between this Queen of Cups in reverse and the Sun card. So basically what I see here is that probably you are usually a very emotional person or something of the sort, and so this kind of energy doesn't feel comfortable or right for you that you're currently in this transition. So, but the Tower here between these two cards to me symbolizes that currently, like following purely your feelings or emotions or, daydreaming, anything of that sort of energy that you might be more used to, could prevent you from having some of awareness that you need. So basically with this Queen of Cups in reverse, with that kind of sensitive, that's kind of what I mean, like compassion, empathy, like more connectedness to everything on like an emotional level, feeling everything completely with your heart. That seems to be somewhat blocked right now, so as you would have this awareness, and with that energy, some like big disruption is being prevented for you, because these are kind of critical times. Everybody feels it. We're all going through a lot of stuff. I today ran into a friend I didn't see for like a year or something, and we were good friends. We just didn't force seeing each other because we were both doing other things, and like so many things have changed in his life, and we've been talking about how transformative this year has been for the both of us. So with this Tower in reverse, it is basically saying that this type of energy is now here to in a way support you enough. It is just temporary for you to be able to focus on what you can right here and right now, and not to because I feel that there is some decision that needs to be made. Maybe it's not just one decision, maybe it's a whole attitude, or but it has to do with taking actual steps, actual physical steps, talking to someone, contacting someone, doing something, learning something, kind of physical activities, in a sense, taking action, basically. Yeah, and with the Sun card, and I got ahead of myself. We have here the King of Wands in reverse. So with this Sun card and this, between this Sun card and this Queen of Pentacles, so what kind of awareness is being, like was being or is being now revealed to you, or was being prevented by you being mostly in your usual energy? With this Queen of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like, because the King of Wands is, a manifester, but unlike the Queen of Wands, who is magnetic, she just draws things to herself. King of Wands is the one who makes it by action, manifests through action. So at this point in your life, you're being called to manifest through action, and that is why this part is shut down currently, or was in some way, however this resonates for you. This can be, whatever. So yeah, with the Sun card and the Queen of Pentacles reverse, and this card coming in reverse, it is, but this is telling me that this is happening. This Queen of Cups in reverse is happening in some degree to it, but this Queen of Pentacles, it's happening so this Queen of Pentacles here would turn around, and start to think about what it is she wants in a kind of, it's stupid to say rational way, that's not what I mean, but I have to say it somehow, like, not logically, but from a practical perspective. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for practical perspective. So some good things or questions to ask yourself at this time would definitely be in the lines of trying to get the focus back here, in the lines of what is it I want? How do I think I can get it? What are my limitations? What are my options? And kind of accept that, because there is some abundance. When we turn this card around, we see this rabbit here, which talks about some form of abundance that you are definitely could be creating if you take the right steps, whatever that abundance could be for you. But this King of Wands is sort of a masculine energy, and that part is trying to get activated within you, and kind of to evolve, like your masculine side, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't really matter, but that part currently wants to level up in some way and basically transform your life in a positive way. So yeah, group number 1, this is your reading. I hope that it resonated for you, that it made sense, and that's it. I will see you another time. Bye bye. That was interesting. Okay, group number 2. It's time for your reading. Let's see, what do we have for you? Another King of Wands. First group had a King of Wands in the clarification cards. Okay, but now before I even start reading, I want to pull the clarifiers for this. So any additional insights and messages that we could have for this group number 2? What else? Just some hints, either for me or... Okay. Okay, here comes the other one. Okay, so just so you see the clarifiers, so we have the 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords in reverse. So let's start with this first. So group number 2, what I'm seeing for you is that your feelings for someone in your life, a close connection, most likely someone you have shared a lot of moments with, you had shared a lovely connection or has been a big part of your life. It can be a friend, a lover, a coworker, whoever it is for you that's in your life, more like close connection of any kind. I feel that this feelings for you are, that your feelings for them, or could be vice versa, maybe take it as it resonates, you can switch this around as you wish, but my readings are always focused mostly on the reader, but if you hear some other messages in my reading, just take it however it resonates for you personally. That's a given. But with this 6 of Cups in reverse, so okay, let's just say it like this then. Feelings are changing. Your feelings towards someone who you thought was close to you or is close to you, or your feelings are changing towards someone in your life, and that might be scaring you, confusing you, or you may have doubts about why that is happening. It just may be unexpected in some way, or not, or maybe it didn't. It's not, I don't mean unexpected by sudden, but more like this is not how you thought it would go, this connection. And with the Lovers in reverse at the center of the reading, I feel like, because Lovers is a beautiful card because it talks about, it talks about unity, it talks about connectedness. It's a card of acceptance. Sorry, I had to pause. There was some noise. So with the Lovers, with the Lovers in reverse, okay. So we talked about this Six of Cups, and with this Lovers in reverse, that usually talks about unity. It's the card of love, but because it's this major arcana, unlike Two of Cups, it talks about like connection and unity on this even bigger scale. It's more of like this whole concept, that whole energy that exists wherever it shows itself, whether it is in a partnership or whatever. And here it's coming up in reverse, which is interesting because the Lovers in reverse here is kind of showing to me that there is some disconnect happening right now. Like something that was closely together, maybe growing together, or, accepting the other as a part of itself is, changing paths. So in a way, it being in the center of the reading, I just gotta say this because it's coming up as a side message. Maybe not even a side message because it feels quite important to me, but it says that coming apart is just kind of to come together again at the end. Like that this coming apart is so both of these people, or whatever it is you change your feeling towards. But I feel really that this is an emotional situation, so I doubt that you're changing jobs, but take it however it resonates. So with this, but I have to say, because the Lovers is this like major arcana, that this connecting again, I don't want anyone to misunderstand, because I obviously don't know. It will be different for each person. For some of you, maybe within this lifetime. For some of you, maybe not. I don't, even if you believe in reincarnation or not, the energy still goes on, and we are going towards that unity ultimately, and for that wholeness. So, but this, whatever you're doubting here or feeling confused about, this disconnect, it is telling me that I'm getting here kind of a message of comfort that, it's for the highest good of all, whatever disconnect is happening here. And with this King of Wands, it's saying that, I will not get into details of, I'm hearing different like scenarios, but I think if I keep it more general, then it will be more clear to more people. So with this King of Wands showing up as the last card, it is basically telling that this disconnect for you personally currently is happening, so you would find your own wholeness, and that something in this dynamic was in a way holding you back from either being who you are or going after what you want. In some way it was a detriment, and this temporary disconnection, or however you want to perceive it, we talked about this in the Lovers, is just to It's for you. It's for you to step into your power. To not be attached to something that is currently not serving you, even if parts of it are serving you, or parts of it you still do enjoy, but you know, the universe ultimately cares about your wholeness more than anything else. And that's you, by the way. When we talk about the universe, in my opinion, we are talking about, also an aspect of ourselves. Just, we are like an extension of that energy. So here we have the Four of Cups. So Four of Cups in you know what? I'm gonna stop whatever I'm saying now because I'm looking at this card now, and the only important thing that's coming up for me to say is that you see, like these two birds currently, they're not looking at each other, but they are looking in the same direction. So this is not just for you, it's also for this person. But you see how their bodies are kind of leaned towards each other, even though they're not looking at each other, but also they're looking in the same direction. I feel like that means, it's kind of like mesmerizing me right now. It feels like kind of a soul contract, or however you would call it, like whatever energy this is that you're changing your feelings towards, disconnecting from, it's kind of for your own good, and energetically it has been arranged between the two of you. If that makes any sense to you, I hope it does, because that's the message that's coming out, and it's coming out between these two cards, explaining why the change of feelings and why the disconnect. And this looking in this direction is into this ultimate, unity or wholeness, consciousness. And here, between the Lovers in reverse and the King of Wands, we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So a strange message is coming just from looking at the card. It's kind of that this process, and like experiencing this process of death and rebirth within this situation, is something that is ultimately going to empower you, actually. Understanding how, sometimes we do need to disconnect from certain things, or some things sometimes do have to end for other things to be created. You see how this skeleton hand is touching this live hand. I don't know, just look at the image. It's really symbolic, to me at least. So yeah, it's saying that it will eventually empower you going through this, even if it is confusing, or leaving you feeling certain ways right now. Ultimately, there is a lesson within this that will be of a huge significance for you to, for your whole perspective on how to move towards life, ultimately. So I hope that was helpful and that it resonated, and I'll see you another time, group number 2. That was also interesting. So group number 3, let's see what you have. So before I go any further, I will pull 2 clarifying cards just so we have some additional insights here. So what can we get? Do you have any insight for us about this group? What else can we know? Okay, we got one. That's very suitable. Oh, okay. Okay, so this one came out pretty clear, but I'm not sure how I'm actually gonna approach this reading. Okay, so the clarifiers we have, just so you can see them because I can't fit them later in the camera that well. We have the 6 of Swords and the 3 of Wands in reverse. Okay, so let's start with the main 3 cards. Basically, what I'm seeing for you, group number 3, is that there has been okay, so overall energy of what is going on some way. So I don't know exactly where this is in the timeline for you. With the other groups, I kind of had a feeling where they are, but I feel for you, group number 3, a lot of you could be at a lot of different stages of this process that is currently here presented. So 5 of Pentacles in reverse to me talks about, I mean, in combination with all the other cards, talks about you not being willing to admit to some shame or hurt or, you know, hardship or some kind of emotion, some kind of grief, some emotion that is, you know, quite heavy, you know, buried somewhere in your mind in the background going on like a pattern, but you're like, you see how she's putting her, I can try to focus this better, but you can see how she's kind of holding her hand over her head and, you know, like, no, I don't want to be thinking about this. I don't see it. It's not there. That's the energy. And, you know, and looking at this background image here, it can be a sort of a power play thing, some kind of your relationship with the power. How empowered do you feel in life? When did you feel disempowered? What disempowered you? Are you ashamed of those situations in which you consider yourself to have been weak or used in some way? I don't quite exactly know, but I hope you understand what I'm getting at here. And, you know, with this blue here, we do have this truth that is there is some kind of awareness about this process, since you wouldn't be able to not see it willingly if you weren't aware of it. I mean, you know. And we do have here orange, so this might be also, you know, related to pleasure, to the sacral chakra. Also, I'm seeing here throat chakra, sacral chakra, and heart chakra. I didn't talk about chakras in other groups, but for you it seems relevant to be mentioned. So just so you know, so, you know, talking, compassion is something that might start that up, like strengthening your throat chakra and heart chakra might help you approach the sacral chakra. And with this Ace of Wands in the center of the reading, what I see is that, you know, it's kind of like whatever this is that you're not admitting to in this first card, it has this it has this Ace of Wands here in the center. Wait, just a second. Sorry, my roommates were making a bit of noise, so let me just wait a bit. It just defocuses me. So the Ace that we were talking here. I mean, this one is a bit of sensitive reading, so I'm kind of trying to approach it more gently. Just because I don't know what this is. For a lot of you, it could be a lot of things. Some of you are maybe already over it and moved past this, but just if someone is in the beginning stages of this process or whatever, who's listening, I don't want to, you know, disrupt their energy in any way. So the Ace of Wands here talks about that whatever this is kind of, you know, whatever this, your unwillingness to admit it, you're doing it in order to empower yourself and be able to do things. You know, it's kind of partially what's pushing you forward, but also the Ace of Wands here has a message of that what you are actually blocking by not admitting to it is much larger. You know, it's such a bigger amount of energy. It's like creative energy, passionate energy, sexual energy, whatever it is for you related to. Hey guys, my camera stopped recording. I have a new phone, so I don't really know what's happening, but maybe it's for the best. So whatever the point is that whatever steps, if you decide that you're willing to take some steps towards acknowledging what is going on and, you know, seeing at, just taking a look at what your options are in terms of this energy, what can you do, you know, in this situation, that will be ultimately, you know, your drive for life. You will be able to create so much more. I mean, just look at this sun here. So for the clarifying cards here, we have the Six of Swords, which, and we have a pentacle here on the hand. So Six of Swords between this five, underneath this Five of Pentacles and Ace of Wands. You know what? I don't know why, but from this deck today, I'm just getting like visual messages, and I'm seeing this water as something clear, and the word that came to mind is naivety. I don't know quite, you know, what, you know, that could be just for some of you, that this energy could be related to you being naive in the past or something of that sort. But that's just a side message, and the message here between this Five of Pentacles and this Ace of Wands is that you have nothing to worry about basically in this healing, because once you start unpacking it, it will be clear to you what has happened and why it has happened. You only need some bravery in the beginning to begin this process. So that's the message here. And the second message, we have the Three of Wands in reverse, which is between these Ace of Wands and Prince of Pentacles. It is basically saying that some moves are required, because Three of Wands usually represents the conflicting interests now I'm hearing. I don't know why, but you know, this I'm just reading this imagery today, so side note from this one is conflicting interests. So also hidden agenda. So that might be something you're experiencing. Maybe you're experiencing, for some of you, maybe not for all of you, but that you're experiencing some conflicting energies within yourself because you are afraid of people's hidden agenda. There's a part of you that deeply distrusts, and a part of you that deeply wants to have that trust and that connection, or whatever it is, you know, with life, trusting in, you know, whatever it is for you. But the main message from this Three of Wands in reverse is basically a realization of, now I'm seeing the Sun card here from this Sun, because I just covered it like this, and for me it confirmed my thought that I was thinking second before. It is that there is some kind of illumination happening, or some kind of awareness to be had about the fact that I don't know why this one is so hard to get out and it keeps getting interrupted. So the Three of Wands in reverse talks about that there is no use to wait, that this is not one of those things that you can just wait and, you know, time will kind of change it. No, like this needs some physical action, even if it's the slowest action in the world, like the Prince of Pentacles usually is. You know, it's still required. You know, slow and steady wins the race with this one, definitely. So whatever actions you're taking, however little, are significant, you know, significant. And the way this energy within you, your, you know, lust for life will expand is tremendous. Almost like any work you put into this direction, you know, will be returned to you tenfold. This feels like something, you know, big. That's why maybe it has been. And when I peeked at the cards, I did peek at this, and I was like uncertain about doing this. I wasn't uncertain, but I was like, oh, I wish I would be giving, you know, always, not like, oh, you need to like do this or that, or you know, kind of what I mean. I wish I would have more. No, I actually don't. I like giving messages like this because I think they're practical and useful, you know, and actually, you know, something can come out of it. So no use in waiting for things to change, because they're not going to change by themselves in this situation. And okay, group number 3, that's all I have for you today. I hope it resonated for you. If not, it doesn't matter. Anyway, I will see you another time. Bye bye.